Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about what happened at COP27. This is the Global Climate Change Meeting. We're going to talk about what was agreed upon, what got left out, and what's still kind of up in the air. The big news, the thing that everybody is focusing on, is the creation of a loss and damage fund. Okay? So, what this is a fund that will be contributed to by wealthy industrialized nations. And the goal is to help mitigate the impacts of climate change on less developed countries, to use their terminology. It's a unique situation. The biggest polluters, the more industrialized countries, the wealthier countries, due to a bizarre quirk of geography, are going to be less impacted than countries that don't really have a lot of emissions. And countries that don't necessarily have the wealth to deal with floods and fires on their own. So this is a fund that wealthy countries will contribute to, and when climate disaster strikes, it will be dispersed to countries that have been impacted. It's a good idea. It's been something that has been talked about a very, very, very long time. And a lot of countries have been pushing for it. Typically, over the last few years, it has been the United States and the EU standing in the way of it. And this year, they've kind of given up on their opposition. They've agreed to it. So that's good. Bad part to that is I can't find anything on how this is actually going to function. It sounds good in theory, but there appear to be a lot of details that haven't been worked out, or maybe they just haven't been publicly released yet. But you're going to be talking about a good chunk of money here, and it is going to be distributed when disasters happen, which means there's going to be a lot of room for corruption because of the immediacy of it. There needs to be oversight here. There needs to be something to guarantee that this money is going to get to the people that are impacted. And I haven't seen anything like that yet. I haven't seen anything saying that there wouldn't be safeguards. I just haven't seen anything at all, which is, I don't know if it's concerning, but I feel like there should be at least some details out there on this. Now, they have stuck to 1.5 degrees. That text remains. That is in the agreement. That's how it's going to work. That's the goal they're trying to get to. They're trying to stop it at 1.5 degrees. Now, here's the bad part. There is no there's no tougher agreement when it comes to reducing emissions, when it comes to cutting fossil fuel use. There wasn't any headway there at all. You have a goal, and the scientists are saying, hey, this is what it's going to take to get to that goal. And there are countries, typically wealthier, industrialized countries, that don't like what they're hearing. There are going to have to be cuts if they want to meet that goal. I want to say we're already at 1.1 or something like that. The cuts are going to have to be made, and that's not in the agreement, which is troubling. At the same time, the fund might be a good incentive. You know, we live in a world where money talks, and now wealthier nations at least in some way, we don't know the details yet, but in some way are going to be on the hook for the damage and the loss that economic activity creates. So that may spur the desire to cut emissions. But again, the devil's in the details, and we don't have those yet. So we have one really good thing that came out of it, one really bad thing, and a lot of ambiguity. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.